The legal dispute between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, a former Hollywood couple who met on the production of The Rum Diary 2011, was widely publicized online. Heard has frequently argued for the lawsuit to be dismissed during the court case controversy, and she is currently the subject of an FBI-sponsored investigation into her possible perjury for an incident that occurred in 2015. Before we get into the details, please make sure to subscribe and help us reach the 1K subscribers count. The FBI is reportedly supporting the Australian government's investigation into claims that actress Amber Heard committed perjury. The Department of Agriculture, Water and the Environment, DA, in Australia is looking into claims that Heard, 36, lied under oath after bringing her canines into the nation in May 2015. Heard brought their two Yorkshire Terriers, Pistol and Boo, into the nation after an incident in March 2015 with her ex-husband, Johnny Depp, in which the two got into a dispute and Depp's finger was cut. She apparently marked no when asked if she was bringing anything into the country that required to be declared on her immigration card. Heard engaged in legal conflict with the local government in 2016, and to avoid being found guilty, the Aquaman actress pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of forging documents. The pair posted a video of their apology before divorcing later that year. Heard said in it that she believed her husband's personal assistants had arranged for the terriers to enter the country and that the error was due to her lack of sleep and jet lag. A DAW spokesman previously told Newsweek that the agency was looking into allegations of perjury by Ms. Heard during court proceedings for the 2015 illegal importation of her two dogs into Australia amid the couple's 6-week-long defamation case. The FBI has not yet officially said that it is supporting the Australian authorities' probe. An FBI agent's involvement would not be unprecedented, retired FBI agent and attorney Bobby Chackin told the Law and Crime website, which reported the aide, citing a source acquainted with the situation. According to Chackin, who spoke to Law and Crime, the FBI maintains an office in Canberra, and there are FBI agents permanently posted to Australia on a rotational basis. Accordingly, if the Australians wanted something from the United States, they would undoubtedly contact the FBI office in Australia, and the FBI would probably help. It is truly inconceivable, and we are confident it is not true, that either the Australian government or the FBI would embrace a policy of continuing to pursue and victimize a person who has already been determined to be the victim of domestic violence. An attorney for Heard told E! News in 2021 after the announcement of the investigation. The Department of Agriculture, Water, and the Environment responded, according to the article, by quietly reopening a criminal investigation and soliciting the help of the FBI to track down witnesses in the U.S. When Heard brought her terriers to Australia to see Depp while Pirates of the Caribbean was being filmed, she was first charged with unlawful importation and could have received a 10-year prison sentence. The animals should have been reported and subsequently quarantined upon arrival, but when Heard's attorney claimed that the documentation had been overlooked, the magistrate accepted Heard's apology and affirmed that she thought the actress had not tried to mislead Australian authorities. The canines should have been quarantined for 10 days and declared to customs. However, it wasn't until the canines' images were shared on Facebook that their presence in Australia was discovered. Authorities gave the couple 72 hours to return the dogs to their home before taking them and euthanizing them. And Ms. Heard entered a guilty plea to a lesser charge of fabricating an immigration paperwork after talks. She received a $10,000 fine. According to her defense attorney, there was no attempt to deceive, and the documentation for the dogs had slipped through the gaps. The actress allegedly believed Depp's employees had finished the paperwork. She allegedly marked the incorrect box on her arrival card out of weariness and lack of sleep, according to her attorneys. Kevin Murphy, the actor's former estate manager, testified in 2020 during Johnny Depp's UK libel action against the Sun tabloid that Ms. Heard had instructed him to lie under oath. According to Murphy's written testimony, he constantly cautioned the actress about Australia's stringent regulations regarding the entry of animals. I also repeatedly emphasized to Ms. Heard that attempting to enter Australia with the dogs in tow was against the law and might result in severe consequences, including the euthanasia of the animals, he said. He claimed that after it was made known to the public that the canines were in Australia, Heard allegedly ordered he give a bogus statement claiming she was unaware of the criteria. "Well, I want your help on this," Ms. Heard replied to me when I conveyed that I was quite uncomfortable with this. "I wouldn't want you to experience any issues at work." Section 123 of the Criminal Code of 1899 defines perjury as a crime with a maximum sentence of 14 years in jail QLD. Authorities today have much better tools to stop these crimes. This is due to the ability to follow people made possible by technological advancements and the transition to online services. Despite this, there are several recent instances of major charges being dropped after an accused person hired qualified criminal attorneys. To face potential perjury charges, Amber Heard might be extradited to Australia. If she attempted to re-enter the nation, she might still be arrested even if she is not extradited. Mr. Murphy acknowledged that the FBI had gotten in touch with him and that he had consented to give Australian authorities a witness statement. He chose not to provide more commentary. Recently, Heard was sentenced to pay her ex-husband $10.35 million in damages after a Virginia court determined that she defamed the actor by presenting to herself as a survivor of domestic abuse in an opinion article she published. This perjury inquiry against her has recently taken place. More than a month after the infamous Depp v. Heard decision, Amber Heard is still the target of trending Twitter hashtags that demonize anyone who even remotely discusses the decision. The continuous campaign against Heard, and now Evan Rachel Wood and others, is among the worst examples of cyberbullying and harassment on Twitter, according to a recent research by Bot Sentinel that uncovers a trend of misogyny and harassment online. In the meantime, Amber Heard's attempt to get the verdict in her trial with ex-husband Johnny Depp overturned due to a juror serving in place of his father due to mistaken identity was unsuccessful. Heard requested that the court declare the case a mistrial and order a fresh trial, but the judge rejected her plea. Heard said that the jury summons for the U.S. defamation trial were filled out by the defendant's son, who shares the same name and address as the father. According to Judge Penny Ascarate, no evidence of fraud or malfeasance existed. The most recent decision was made 6 weeks after a jury in Fairfax, Virginia found that Heard had slandered Pirates of the Caribbean actor Johnny Depp when she claimed in an article that she had experienced domestic abuse. He received $10.35 million, £8.2 million in damages. The Aquaman actress received a $2 million, £1.5 million award for one of her counterclaims against him. The anonymous juror who did serve satisfied the statutory standards for service, according to Judge Ascarate, and had been pre-interviewed and approved by both sides. She explained, the juror was screened, served on the jury as a whole, considered and rendered a decision. One of the most prominent celebrity cases in recent memory was the 6-week trial that was broadcast on television. It happened 2 years after Depp lost a libel case in London against the Sun newspaper involving allegations of comparable domestic abuse. A judge, not a jury, made that decision. That's all for today. Watch this space to be updated about this case. Hope you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching.